Hello everybody, welcome to another video. And if you are looking to improve your singing, you are at the right place. This is the Vocal Lexicon. My name is Frank, and today I'm going to be teaching you on one of the ways you can improve your singing. One of these ways is the way you pronounce your words or the way you shape your words when you sing. And it could be totally different from the way you shape your words when you talk. Even though singing is just like talking, but singing comes with melody, and then you need to reshape the vowel to make it sit well in some certain places. Like in some certain places, you may pronounce the word a certain way, and in some certain lines, you may pronounce it a different way. You, the listener, would be able to tell which one is better, probably because this time it was sustained and the other time it wasn't. So there are various factors that could determine you needing to reshape your sound. Another factor is maybe you sang it this time on a high note or upper part of your pitch. Then you may need to reshape it. One of the good example of reshaping the vowels is if the same sound of vowels happen back to back, then you may need to reshape one to make it sit well, because the two happening at the same time might make it sound so awkward. Okay, a good example is a song called Lean on Me, which I'm sure you may know. And the verse, there's a word that he sang and he narrowed. I think it was brilliantly done. He narrowed one of them and left the other one original, the way it was originally. So I think he sang, "Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain. We all have sorrow." You know, the pronunciation of the word is sorrow, sorrow. So O and O, so row. But in this case, because he sang it and it comes with a melody in a song, so if he sings it sorrow, it might sound awkward. So sorrow, sorrow. Do you see sound? It doesn't quite sit well, right? But if you take the first vowel, the first part of the syllable, and narrow it or reshaping it to be another shape, yet it comes out still sorrow. So you're still able to communicate with your audience what you're trying to say. So he did it brilliantly. He sang, "We all have pain. We all have sorrow." See, so he sang sorrow. That's another way to pronounce it. And this time it sits well instead of sorrow. Yeah, I hope you see what I mean. Another good example is, listen to this song. Listen to this song. So you'd notice that he has two pronunciation of exalted. The word is exalted, but he has two pronunciations. So one is exalted as an ID, and the other one is exalted as an ED. So he sang, be exalted, our King. So the second one was, be exalted, exalted. The reason is the word that was following. It also has a similar kind of vowel, kind of an open vowel, which is ah, and is a kind of open vowel as well. Okay, so if he sang two of them open, that may sound not too right. So it will sound like this: be exalted, ah. Too many open vowels. Okay, so narrow the first one. He did it brilliantly again. He sang, be exalted, tid, ah. Now one closed vowel, id, because E is a closed vowel and ah is an open vowel. But the first line where we don't have the ah, he sang, be exalted, nothing following. So he's free to sing the ted, the way it's pronounced as in Ted, be exalted. But the second line, he's saying, be exalted, ah, because of the ah following. Another thing you need to look out for or correct if you are doing this, and you may not know until you record yourself and listen back to yourself sing. Maybe that's one of the reasons your singing is not sounding so good. One of the things I notice about singers, a lot of them, is they don't finish their words. They don't finish their words. For instance, let's go back to Lean on Me. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. Did you hear that? When you're not strong. In fact, the when, let me leave it open without finishing it. When you're not strong. Did you hear that? So the when was when you're not strong. And the strong didn't end. So to make your pronunciation really clear, you have to finish the line. And this is something you consciously do, carefully do. And by the time you're conscious of it and you do it often, it will become second nature to you. And then you don't have to think about it anymore. Pronouncing your words, finishing your words, pronouncing your words would be natural. So when you're not strong, strong. And I'm coming to this because some people tend to pronounce some words exactly the way it's spelled, as in strong. It's not strong. The G is ng. Strong, strong. Okay. So if you know oral English, if you studied oral English at some point in your education, you would know these things I'm talking about. Oral English is symbolic words that show you the real pronunciation of words. Yeah, and we'll look at some examples shortly. So some of the examples of, some words that I actually notice singers don't finish the lines or the shape of the vowel is not right are as follows. But before I mention them, one really good tip, something that would help you, is there's nothing wrong with going to the internet and searching out the real pronunciation. Just type in Google, type in the words. If you're not sure about the word, type it in, and there is a button that looks like a speaker. Yeah, an icon, a speaker icon. When you click it, it's gonna pronounce the word. So if you don't know oral English, or you can't use oral English, or don't understand oral English, that is another way to hear the real pronunciation. So one of the word is exalt. It's pronounced E-X-A-L-T. And you pronounce it. If you pronounce it on the face value, the way it's spelled, it will go exalt. But the oral English, if you look at the oral English, you have that I kind of sound. It's not really an I, but it shows you the pronunciation is ig. Yeah. And then you have the Z, exalt, zalt. All right. So let's go to the next word, lamb. Now, it's not lamb like you have beautiful. The B is more pronounced. It's more, comes out a bit more. Lamb. In fact, the B is silent. So you just go lamb. As you can see in the oral spelling, oral English spelling, it's just L-A-M, lamb. Okay, no B. Same as comb my hair. And yeah, king, in that case, the G is just taking a different shape. So the G is there, but it's taking a different shape. As you can see here, the N is kind of funny. It's spelled differently, right? It's shaped differently. So what it means is not the normal N, and there's no G. That N contains a kind of a G, an N and a G at the same time. So it's pronounced ng, ng, ng. So instead of going king, you go king, king. And then another word is faithful, faithful. Now, this word, if you look, the emphasis is on the second syllable, full. Some people pronounce it faithful, fool. I've even heard faithful, faithful. Two wrong things there. Number one, any word that has a TH is th, th. So if you see an oval shape representing the TH, oval shape with a horizontal line going through the middle, it means it's a lighter. So it's faith. And your tongue has to be between your top and bottom row teeth. So the word is faithful. So the second word is faithful. Now the full is not as in fool. The EU is not so obvious. If you look at the second pronunciation, it has two ways actually to pronounce it. The second one is the one I really like, especially when it comes to singing it, the word in music. So the upside down E tames it. It means the U is tamed. So it's like faithful, almost like the U is not there. Faithful, like you're going straight from F to L. Another word is miracle. Miracle. Again, you see the upside down E, meaning it's not miracle, not an as in open vowel. It's miracle. Okay. So there are other words that singers cannot pronounce wrongly when they're singing. Another example is None, none. It's not none. Okay. Not the O is not or. None. Look at the oral English. You see that upside down V sound? It's a kind of none, none. And another word is heaven. Yeah, this is similar to a word we looked at before where the E is almost silent. So it has an upside down E there in the oral English spelling in parentheses. So you can go straight to the N from the V. So heaven, heaven, like that. Heaven, like V straight to the N, like the E wasn't there. Not heaven, heaven. Okay, not that. And I talked about words that have T and H, like health. That's another word with a light sound. So I'm just going back a bit, okay? Because singers tend to pronounce such words as health, health. Okay? It's not health. It's not faithful. It's faithful. Faithful. All right? And there are other words. Look out for the spelling. Okay, don't go pronouncing a word like might. It's not might because this time the T is not before the H. The T is after the H. And when it's like that, it's pronounced like might. Then you have strength. It's the other way again. You see, so you have to look out for these things. Another word is eternal, not eternal. Eternal, no. Don't pronounce it on the face value of the English spelling. The oral English tells you, or go to Google, type in, pronounce the word eternal, and click the speaker icon to get the right pronunciation. Is eternal. And if you look at the oral English, we have that I kind of symbol starting it. So it's and that's the upside down E again. So it's not a strong word. The E is not a strong letter. Eternal. Eternal. And the other E, you can do away with it. Eternal. As if you're going from N straight to the L. So eternal, not eternal. Okay. And then the last one we're going to look at today, these are some common ones. I'm sure there are others, but these are the ones I decided to show you is never, never. Okay. Some people go never. Okay. Never is never, never. See, as if you're pronouncing it Nevor, never. All right. So that's it. Do this, practice this one, and you'll be amazed how much it will change your singing and take your singing to the next level. You'll be amazed. So singers can sing with the right technique, like they can now extend their range. They've extended the range rather, and now they can hit all those high notes and low notes and can do some other things. But there are some other ones that kind of devalues your singing. And some things like this play a big role, and you'll be amazed how it can destroy your singing. And you're always struggling. You're wondering, why is my singing not like that or like that person or as good as that person? Yes, some of the reasons are these. Okay? Pronunciation. Pronunciation. That's it. So that's it from me today. I hope you learned a lot. Ask your questions, put them in the comment section. So make sure you like this video and you share with your friends, share with other people on your social media. I'm sure they'll benefit from it. And don't forget to subscribe if this is your first time. Welcome to my channel once again. Let me know what video you'd like me to make next. What would you like me to talk about? What has been baffling you for a long time or puzzling you for a long time and saying that you wanted to solve, but seems like there's no answer? Just let me know. This is where singing is made easy. See you next time. Bye-bye.